J-Dub is back at it here to give everyone another UFC predictions video. Just going to get my thoughts on a few fights for tonight's UFC Fight Night card on ESPN+. It's getting a little late to post this video. Usually I'd like to have this done a few days in advance, but hey, it hasn't got to the main card yet, so just going to get my predictions on a couple fights on the main card. And we'll start this off in the UFC light heavyweight division where we have Ryan Spann versus Johnny Walker. Spann has won, 5 fights in a row since he got in the UFC, and Johnny Walker is coming off of 2 losses, that devastating loss to Corey Anderson that he had, where Anderson came out guns a-blazing, and then he lost his last fight. Spann, he's looked okay, but I don't know if he has the power. He had a tough time against Smiling Sam Alvey, but ended up winning the fight, where I think it could have been stopped at points, but I'm going to give this one to Johnny Walker. I think somehow, some way he gets it done. And I'm going to say second round TKO. I think Johnny Walker gets back to his winning ways. It's just a prediction. Next up in the UFC, we're going to go with the UFC middleweight division. We have Khamzat Chimaev versus Gerald Meerschaert. Chimaev is a guy that's a phenom right now. He's fighting all the time. He actually gets booked for 2 fights in a row in 2 different weight classes so far. That's what Dana White's going. So he'll fight at middleweight, and then next week or whatever week he's supposed to fight at welterweight. Possibly, I've heard, against Damian Maia at some point, but maybe Maia fights at middleweight too, so that doesn't make any sense. But I don't know. But Chimaev has been like the new talk of the town. Everybody's talking about it. Meerschaert, he's okay. He's a veteran. He's a good fighter. I'm not really sure which way this fight's going to go. I mean, Meerschaert has the reach advantage, and I think that will help. But Chimaev has been pretty impressive so far. So I'm going to go with Chimaev because of the hype and because of like what he's done so far. But don't be surprised if Meerschaert pulls this one off. Next up in the UFC welterweight division, we have Donald Cowboy Cerrone versus Nico Price. Cerrone, of course, is coming off a bunch of losses in a row. Although I thought his last fight against Anthony Pettis, I thought Donald Cerrone won that fight. And then Nico Price is coming off of a loss, too. This actually should be a surprising fight. I think it actually might be a potential fight of the night in the co-main event. And I think Cowboy Cerrone is going to get this one done with a first-round head kick TKO and getting back to the winning ways. Now, there's a small chance we could see Cowboy Cerrone take his gloves off and leave them in the octagon, but I don't think Donald Cowboy Cerrone would retire in an empty arena for a fight. So that would be my thing. He would retire in front of all his millions and millions of Cowboy fans. That would be my guess. But I think Cowboy wins this fight. Nico Price, I just think Cerrone. I think Cerrone still has gas left in the tank. A lot of people don't, but I do. So, and then in the main event of the evening in the UFC welterweight division, we have Tyron Woodley versus Donald Trump's favorite fighter, Colby Covington. This is interesting. Tyron Woodley has come off 2 very unimpressive losses where he didn't look good at all, losing to the now welterweight champion Kamaru Usman, and then he lost to Gilbert Burns. He got dominated by Gilbert. Well, he got dominated by Usman, and he got dominated by Burns. Colby Covington, he is coming off a loss. That loss to Kamaru Usman in December. I think Colby Covington's going to get this fight done. I mean, if Woodley really is back, it should be a good fight. It should be very interesting. These guys hate each other, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. But I just think Colby Covington is very underrated as a fighter. Even though the guy says some shit that offends people, I think he's going to pull this one off. Probably win by decision because I don't think he's going to knock Woodley out, and I don't think he's going to submit him. But he's going to cardio him to death with, the total strikes. So that would be my prediction. So, just to reiterate, I'm going with Johnny Walker. I'm going with Khamzat Chimaev. I'm going with Donald Cowboy Cerrone. And I'm going with Colby Covington. As far as the betting lines go, Colby Covington's the favorite. Nico Price is actually the favorite, although that one's really close. Chimaev is the favorite. And Johnny Walker is the favorite. I didn't think he would be the favorite. I thought Spann would be the favorite. So I guess I'm going with the favorites, but I think these fights, some of them could actually go either way. Like Woodley Covington, if Woodley really is back and he gets that knock, he can knock Covington out, I think. But I don't know. He's looked like crap in his last 2 fights, like he's lost it. So those are my opinions. If you're a fan of the UFC and you love the UFC and absolutely are happy the UFC's been back, go ahead and smash that like button. If you don't like the UFC and you wasted your time watching this video or listening to the video, go ahead and smash the not like button. If you know anybody else that you think would want to hear these predictions or watch these predictions, go ahead and share the video with them. Let them know to share with other people if they choose to. Don't forget to leave me a comment with your thoughts on the card, your predictions, future cards that you want to see or are looking forward to, predictions for those cards. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, go ahead and hit that sub button, subscribe to this channel, join the team, show your support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.